Hello everyone. Today let us discuss about Biot Savart Law. This is very important law. Based on this, we can solve so many numerical problems. We can also derive the derivations, that is circular loop carrying a current, that is because of circular loop we can derive the expression for the magnetic field on the axis of the circular loop. Like that, we can use this law, that is Biot Savart Law, for many applications. Let's start our discussion. Here we have seen a long wire. XY is a long wire. So on this wire we have taken only a small part. The length of that small length element is dl bar. So this XY is a long wire. On this wire we have taken a small part which I am showing here, the red circle, that is dl bar. With that element we have to calculate the magnetic field at a point P. Here I am showing at a point P which is at a distance of r, which is at a distance of r from the length element dl. So the distance between the length element dl bar and the point P, that is equal to r. I is the current flowing through the wire and theta is the angle between dl bar and r bar. R is the distance of the point P at which we want to calculate the magnetic field due to the wire, that is dl element. Now let us consider a small element dl bar, that is what we have taken here. Here I have written, let us consider an infinitesimal element dl of the conductor. The magnetic field dB bar due to this element we have to determine at a point P, which is at a distance r from the dl element. So let's continue. We can see here, let theta be the angle between dl bar and the displacement vector r bar. This is the angle theta. So theta is the angle between dl bar and r bar. R bar is the distance from the dl to the point P where we want to find the magnetic field. Now, according to this Biot Savart Law, the magnitude of the magnetic field dB, it is dependent on three things. The number one, dB, that is magnetic field due to the dl element, it depends on three things. First, dB is directly proportional to the current I. That is, if the amount of current is more, then the magnetic field is also more. Number two, this is the first point. Number two, if the dl element is big, that means length is more, then dB is directly proportional to dl, that is the length element. And number three, dB, that is magnitude of the magnetic field, it is inversely proportional to square of the distance r. So on these three things the Biot Savart Law is based. So Biot Savart Law, it is mainly dependent on three things, as I told you. dB, that is magnetic field dB at the point P due to the current element dl, which is carrying a current I, it is dependent on three things. Number one, magnetic field is directly proportional. Magnetic field is directly proportional to the amount of current. Magnetic field is directly proportional to the length element dl, and magnetic field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, that is r square. So these points you have to keep in mind, and we will write these 3 points and then we'll go for our final statement. Here I have shown here, you can see here, dB is directly proportional to I. dB is directly proportional to dl. dB is inversely proportional to r square. Combining them together, we can write dB is proportional to IdL by R square. In our physics, after proportionality, immediately we always write is equal some constant then IdL by R square. In all our physics formulas, we use the same notation. First proportionality comes, then after that we put a is equal symbol and then a constant and then write the terms. Here we have followed the same notation. The constant is nothing but mu 0 by 4 pi, which I have circled here. The constant is nothing but mu 0 by 4 pi, where mu 0 is called as the permeability of the free space, where mu 0 is called as the permeability of the free space. Once again I tell you, dB is proportional to I, dB is proportional to dL bar, dB is inversely proportional to R square. Three things together we have written like this, and then after that we after proportionality symbol comes is equal to mu 0 by 4 pi IdL by R square. What is this mu 0 by 4 pi? Mu 0 by 4 pi is a constant of proportionality. That's its value is equal to this much, that is 10 to the power of minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere, where mu 0 is the permeability of the free space, where mu 0 is the permeability of the free space. Now let's go. We can write this equation as, we can also write this equation as dB is equal to mu 0 by 4 pi IdL by R square. Numerator and denominator we have multiplied with R. Both numerator and denominator we have multiplied with R. Then you will get mu 0 by 4 pi IdL, mu 0 by 4 pi IdL into R divided by R cube we are getting. Therefore, we can write the vector form of Biot-Savart's law. We can write the vector form of Biot-Savart's law. We can write mu 0 by 4 pi I dL bar cross R bar divided by R cube. So, this is the vector form of Biot-Savart's law. Where what we have done for the previous law which we have discussed earlier, this is the one which I have put it in this box which I am showing you here. Okay, so this for this which I am showing you with the blue color, numerator and denominator we have multiplied with R. Once we multiply numerator and denominator with R, then we get like this, that is mu 0 by 4 pi IdL into R bar. Similarly, denominator we multiplied with R bar. Then we get mu 0 by 4 pi I dL bar cross R bar divided by R cube. Therefore, we can write the vector form of Biot-Savart's law as dB bar is equal to mu 0 by 4 pi I dL bar cross R bar divided by R cube. This is the second form of Biot-Savart's law. Then we can also write it, because it is a cross product. We all know that A bar cross B bar is equal to AB sin theta. Therefore, we can also write it as mu 0 by 4 pi I dL R sin theta by R cube. I have written as R into R square. Then in the numerator and denominator, R and R cancel. Therefore, you will get mu 0 by 4 pi IdL sin theta by R square. This is the third form of Biot-Savart's law. So, here what we have done here is three forms we have learnt. That is Biot-Savart's law. Depends on the situation. Depending upon the situation, we can change the form. The first form is this one, equation number 1. This is the equation number 1, mu 0 by 4 pi IdL by R square. And the second form is the vector form, which I have kept in the red color box, mu 0 by 4 pi IdL bar cross R bar by R cube. Then the third form is, which I am keeping in this blue color box, mu 0 by 4 pi IdL sin theta by R square. Depending upon the numerical, you can change this formula means you can use the appropriate formula. So this is about Biot Savart's law. Thank you for watching. We will meet with we will meet in the next video with another topic. Until then, bye. God bless you all.